What's up, guys? Thanks for being here. It is Friday. It doesn't really feel like Friday. Certainly a spicy day. Silver and gold hitting our long-term targets. Wild. Absolutely wild. Silver at $100. No, that is not Bitcoin behind us. Kind of looks like what Bitcoin used to look like, but no, that is silver. Silver trading over $100. Gold within I don't even know. Basically at 5,000. We're within it like $25 at this point. These have been our long-term targets here. You can go back on this channel and find us calling these numbers last year, deep into last year. Some of our best over the last year or so. So they're finally here, and what to do, right? Most markets are moving up. The dollar seems to be probably the worst place to put money. Crypto, very sketchy to throw money into. So the rotation here is likely the question everyone's asking. We'll jump into that. What I do think we should be doing here, as someone who has a gold position open, I need to look to take profits. If people have been holding on to these positions, they're up 100+%. It's time to lock something in. Does that mean that the top is in and that you're going to be selling the exact top? You know, you're going to look back and say this was the perfect move. Probably not. But what it is hedging against the scenario where maybe these do take a break, or maybe the top could be in. Though I don't think that's the probable outcome right now. I think that looking back, some profits taken at these levels is going to age well. That doesn't mean you have to close everything, sell it all, and start shorting. In fact, I think shorting is probably a rough idea at these numbers, but to take some profits off the table, to act rationally, wisely, and do as we always do, I think is definitely the move here. I have had a gold position open that I opened live with you guys. Let me see if I can find that thing. Where is this? It's been a long time. Here we go. On BYDFi, our exchange partner. You can sign up with them in the video description below. We opened this gold long. I don't know if you're still riding with me, Nimoy. I know you opened with me. That's up about 300%. Not so bad. Because this is on 20x leverage, I'll probably close the whole thing. Yeah, maybe I'll keep a little piece open. I don't know. Probably just because it's high leverage. But if I was in spot, I would look to shave off something. If I could get my principal out, that'd be amazing, depending on where you entered. If you've been holding gold since 2,300, 2,400, maybe since we predicted it would go parabolic over a year ago at 2,600. Maybe it's time to look to just get something right, get something off the table. Because if the highs are in, and when they're in, and they will be in eventually, remember, nothing just goes up forever. We even kind of commented that, man, silver looks kind of like Bitcoin, kind of like crypto in the past. We know this lesson better than everyone. What goes up eventually comes down, and when it comes down, it tends to move quickly, and people tend to ride it all the way, right? They end up giving back all the gains they've made. You made all the right choices, you made all the right plays, but the end of the day, the greed got you, and you ended up just giving it all back. So maybe in that spirit, what I'll close a good piece of this. Half of it, 75%, half of it's 50%, 75%, 100%. I'll just do 50% for now. All right, there it is. Just like I took profit on Monero live, last week at 740, 750. That felt like a bad move. Here I am taking some profits on that gold position as well. It does not feel good. It feels very bad, actually. But that's trading. If we only did what felt good, we would likely never win a trade again in our entire lives. Trades that feel good are almost always the wrong one. So there it is. Putting my money where my mouth is, taking profits just like I said I would. It's been a hell of a ride. We opened this kind of late, 4,300. You've been bullish on this for a very long time, very, very long time. But 5,000's hit. We'll go over the analysis and kind of what brought us to these targets for gold and silver. We'll look at Bitcoin, though. It had about 5 minutes of spiciness earlier today. It's chilling back down here. Jesus Christ, my phone will not stop. Will not stop notifying me. I have to put it on quiet mode. Hold up. Reduce interruptions. All right, sure, phone. Reduce interruptions. My lord, my watch dinged like 15 times during that, and it constantly distracted me. Bitcoin was up a little spicy move here. I don't know, half an hour ago before we started the live. It's pulled back since then, but may actually be looking for a broader rally. We'll see some nice short-term candles. Take a peek at silver, the chart specifically gold. We'll look at by itself. We have, what else do we have here? Bitcoin dominance attempting still attempting to make a move to the upside here. We had some higher wicks over the last week and getting higher candle closes. Dominance looking to retest 61%. I mean, it's at 60% right now. It's not a crazy call, but looking to retest this resistance that we have been playing with since about September of last year. It's interesting. I think that's signaling that Bitcoin's finally ready to make a move in one direction or another. I mean, gold and metals are taking the cake right now. SPX stocks still down, I think, from the Greenland Open on Monday, but retracing, closing that gap. Looking to retest the highs. That wouldn't be surprising here. What else we got? We have our Bitcoin pairs. We can revisit these in the stream as well. I don't know what else to look at today. We'll figure it out, right? Might as well start with silver because, my lord, dude, this is the craziest chart. It's absolutely bonkers. This looks exactly like how I hoped all of my altcoin charts from 2017 would look. Like 2017, 21, and then boom, blast off. Where's our blast off? I'm waiting. Let's zoom it out here. Zooming on out. Wow. Some crazy doodles on the chart. Lots going on here. I should clean this up, but that's okay. Talking about profit taking, talking about what's going on silver. Here we go. You know, it's one of those days. Let's start up with the chat. We have 140 viewers. We just kicked the live on. Would have been live for like 9 minutes now. We have a poll going. Is the top in for gold and silver? Wow. Only 100 votes, so this is still out. Jury's still out here, but 50% saying yes. Interesting. I would love that to be true, mostly because I don't have really exposure to gold and silver. I just closed half of my gold exposure. But honestly, less about that, more about the feeling that these are going to have to top out before Bitcoin sees anything. That's the conclusion that we kind of came to last week or earlier this week looking at the Bitcoin pairs is, man, it seems unlikely that Bitcoin is going to make a meaningful upside move, more or less to all-time highs, without gold and silver at least retracing or chilling. It seems to be draining all the liquidity from everything, and that has aged just fine today as gold and silver continue higher. But please vote in the poll. Tickle those buttons. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. Like the stream. Enable notifications. Next week we have the FOMC, the first FOMC of 2026, and thus the most important FOMC of all time of the year. So be subscribed so you can tune in for that next week on Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, right? It's always on Wednesday. Yeah, the 28th. So be subscribed, engage with the live. The more you engage, the more you chat and vote and share, the more YouTube feeds this stream into the algorithm and pushes it out to new people. So let's get that going. What's up, Paul? How you doing, brother? Let's get that going, and let's see what you're saying in the chat. Have I looked at others? I haven't looked at others that recently. To be honest, others haven't been performing super hot. You can pull up others and take a look at it then today. For sure. Not others D though. I'll never get sick of that. Man, that kind of looks like Bitcoin against gold. Not the best chart. We can take a peek at that at some point today for sure. We're going to definitely look at silver first. What's up, Pooch? What's up, Pickle? Chris Pax is here. When does silver top out? Silver is going to be our first chart. Honestly, I've said it on Twitter today, said it during this live stream. Today's a great day to lock in some profits on silver and gold. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be selling the exact top, but $100 is a perfect target. We've been talking about it. God knows. It is truly remarkable how long we have been looking for this move to happen. Like even back in April, early Q1, Q2 of 25, we were looking for a retracement to 28 and then a retest of all-time high. Broke all-time high, now we're at 100. So in what? 10 months? Not even a whole year? Is that it? Is it really 10 months? In 9 months, silver's gone 250%, and we were looking for this move. Knowing the exact top is always going to be impossible, but we can always set ourselves up for success. Layering orders in, slowly wading in and out of positions instead of dumping it all at one time. And $100, we're going to look into that analysis in this episode, but it has been a long awaited, a long anticipated price. There are more. Oh my God, phone. I just turned you on silent and you still won't stop. No, I don't want you to reduce incoming notifications. I want no notifications. Do not disturb. Holy, bro. Holy shit. Okay. That should be good. Swear to God, if my phone gives me more notifications, it's going out the window. Yeah, we'll get into silver first and we'll talk about this target. We'll never know when the top is, but we can layer out of positions and basically look at logical places to take profit. This was our first stop. We'll get into that. What's up, Charles? How you doing, man? Pickle has been, yeah, dude, shout out to Pickle. Pickle has been holding gold and silver for as long as I've known him. And, man, I don't think I've ever been critical, but I did not expect that to age so well. So well done, Pickle. And to everybody out here who has medals, done well. Bearish on my voice? Why are you bearish on my voice? Why are you bearish about my voice form? What's going on, monkey? Weird AI. What's happening? Is something going on with my mic? I don't know. BTC Platinum? Yep. We're going to look at all those. We're going to revisit all of the Bitcoin verse charts later in this episode. Don't you worry. Arthur says silver 100 has to be a huge psychological level. Absolutely part of why it's a level we've been looking to take profit at. The importance of it. Absolutely. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Ben, check hash ribbons. Ben, check. Minor capitulation over. I have no idea. We can look at Bitcoin's hash ribbons then. Gold short 4,900. Not a bad target. You're a little past it now. Almost at 5K. Like exactly 5K. Still not bad. Did it hit 5K on spot? No. 4,988. Very close. You guys are confusing. Dude, why? How am I still getting fucking notifications? How is this possible? Do I have to set it on my watch too? Oh my God. I hate group texts. I hate them. My Lord. How far to the ground if you toss the phone? It'll be all right. Your dad's a jeweler. Geez, Lion, he must be killing it. Holy shit. Pickle, gifting some memberships, my guy. I'm going to be gifting away some on Wednesday. Oh, my voice went away when I left the mic. Weird. I don't know. Silver plated. Dude, I am arguing with my phone. I can't believe how many. I got at least 20 notifications, like minimum, since we started. More than one a minute since we started streaming. That's bonkers. Anyway, let's jump into silver, I guess. I suppose. Did I miss anybody's comments? Brick City, what's up, bro? Crypto Pratap, Gary C, Gasper, what's up, man? Pooch, Chris, Monkey, Stupid Name, Paul, Pickle, Tinewer, Tom G's, that's about it. It's a quiet group. This is rough times. Really rough times. We're gonna be a metal channel. You can just call me Tom Gold now. Tom Gold or Tom Silver. One of the two. So silver. Let's start with the obvious. You guys already said it. $100 is a psychological level and in price discovery. Silver is in price discovery. No argument about that. No one can say it's not. It is trading at all-time high. It is basically behaving as crypto did for the majority of my observation of it. At all-time high, basically just blasting upwards as it finds the first place where profit taking happens. Psychological numbers have been some of the best and most consistent upside targets in that condition. Basically, once you're at all-time high, there is no resistance above you. There is no previous traded history. So there's no orders trapped there. There's no positions that are underwater looking to get out. And those are the typical support and resistances we look for with everyday TA. In price discovery, that doesn't exist. And so we have to rely on different tools. None of them are perfect, but these are the best ones we have. Psychological numbers. So let's say anything that is easily imagined by just average Joe. What that tends to be is like $1, $10, $100, 10 cents, 1 cent. These really simple kind of amounts that are easier to understand or easier to grasp than, let's say, $101.53. If you were to be asked, what price do you think silver will go to when it broke 50? Just name a number. You literally could name every number. There was like infinite possibilities, right? Could be 52, 53, 101, 107, 150. Like there's infinite choices. And given a million people, you ask them to pick a number, they're going to end up picking those psychological numbers more than just any random number, right? In fact, I'd say a lot of people would end up saying 100. Here we are. And that is one of the most compelling reasons for profit taking here, simply because other people are going to look to do it. This is going to be a profit taking level. We will find more confluence as we go through the chart as to like this $100 level, but it can be that simple. It really can. We've been talking about 100 and up to 122, this little box here, as the potential first profit taking level. I guess I won't say potential anymore because we're here. When in price discovery, like I said, we use psychological numbers, we also have another tool in our belt, and that is the Fibonacci retracements and extension. So we're going to be using the extension simply because this tool has done really well in the past. We've used it on almost every asset in price discovery, and we've hit many a top. Maybe the most memorable in the last year or two would be the 2025 Q1 SPX top, 6,163. Using that same analysis, we're able to legit snipe the top live. Let's see if silver and gold respect these two. So basically, using your most recent all-time high to swing low, we extend out to the 1618, the golden Fibonacci extension. That gives us 122. And so not quite $100. If they overlapped, that might be a little juicier. I'd find more confidence there. But for this reason, I'm basically going to treat that as a zone. I think anyone holding a position from pre all-time high should look to take something off the table here. Anyone who is in leverage on the way up, post 50, absolutely, like me, look to close out some of that position. When we hit into these bigger numbers, you can see very quick retraces, snap downs, pullbacks that can get you whipped out of those positions. So best not to be on the losing side of the trade, even if you've picked the right direction. Our 1618 gives us 122. So this is a huge zone, 22%. But we'll take it from here. I think there was more here. All right, yep. Zooming back in. Our local area from the end of December, we saw a swing high at 83. Remember, we were thinking 100. I was saying $100 by the end of the year. Damn, I was 22 days late. I'm terrible. I'm the worst, man. 22 days late on my prediction. We had a local swing high to $83 that brought us down to 70 in December. Using our Fibonacci extensions yet again, our measured move target was exactly 100. On a low time frame, for me, that was enough evidence to compel me to say we're going to 100. I've been saying it all the way up. I don't see how this doesn't hit 100. What happens after then can be a little cloudier, but $100 on the low time frame there, overlapping with just a psychological number resistance is enough. This is plenty for me. At this point, I could see silver retracing before making a move higher. I don't know. We'll watch how this candle closes today. Likely a close under 100 could signal more retracement before a move higher. This is the reason that I caution against shorting here. Remember, 222 or 122 is a 22% move to the upside. If you open a leverage short here, it makes it to 122 and then retraces, you're almost certainly getting liquidated before the move happens. I would not look to take any kind of short position in these zones, simply profit taking on the longs. At 122, I think it makes a little bit more sense. You could attempt it with a stop maybe like 130 and target back to 100, but at this point, I'm still thinking that's a little crazy here. So $100 has been hit. We're hanging out here now, right? Where are we at? 101.15. Damn. It doesn't really look like it has any chill, does it? Never does, though. This RSI is what I wish we saw on crypto. Hanging out here and overbought. I want to say literally crypto RSI right now. If you invert this, that's pretty much what it looks like. It's just like prices, RSI is stuck and oversold. It can't make it above 50. It just keeps getting knocked back down. It is like inverted. Rough times. Inverted. We can't, the reason that we use these fib extensions and psychological numbers on top of it being just price discovery is what you'll find is many of your tools just won't be helpful, right? Throw moving averages on your chart. You're not at them. Your moving averages are lagging far behind. Now, these are the 50, 100, yeah, 50, 100, and these are weird colors. Why are they such weird? Whatever. On the 4 hour, and the higher the time frame you go, the farther and more disconnected price is going to be. This is my favorite example to use to attempt to drill this into traders' heads, is that depending on your market conditions, you're going to need to learn to use different tools. You can't rely on the same tools to work during all different conditions, during trending markets, sideways markets, price exploration markets. Like, you need to be able to mix up your analysis, because there will be times where it simply won't be helpful. Looking at your major daily moving averages, silver hasn't touched the 20 since November 21st. If you were attempting to trade these, you likely would have had a great time for many years, actually, for many, many years, maybe longing off the 50 or the 20, etc. And now you're just left in the dust. It's a simple example, but there's going to be many things that are just no longer as helpful as they used to be, simply because price is gone. Here we go, back down to 100. Weekly time frame, maybe $80. If we see a pullback from 100, there might be an entry at like 79 or 80. Nice little order block there on the week. Week just has no chill. I still think profit taking is the right mindset to be in, but man, shorts seem pretty crazy here. Look at our monthly RSI on silver. 94. My lord. My lord. So 100 and 122, our first profit taking zone. Our second profit taking zone is going to be a bigger, more macro picture. We zoom out, we look at price action all the way back to 1980. We apply the same analysis. That same analysis points to another number, 245. It's 1.5x from here, 145. Now, not a psychological number. You could say 250. It's close enough. That would be a decent spot to look, even by itself. But when we do the same thing with our local price action, our measured move target, so we have our 1618 at 122, our measured move or 2 extension right here, 212 to 245. This area or this zone is by far, in my opinion, the next logical profit taking zone. Locking in something at 100 to 122, and then the next order sitting between 212, 245. 245 might be solid. After that, I mean, your guess is as good as mine, right? Let's say like 500, 600, just double it and move on. It is unlikely, in my opinion, for silver to move past, honestly, even 122, but we'll say 245 without a significant or long-term correction. It is simply just a massive move. If that were to happen with no real pullback, it would be a 420% move from all-time high. It seems very unlikely that it would not at least look to move back to like 100. But honestly, at some point, I think it's very likely that silver will trade even potentially back to this $50 target over time. Remember what happened the last few times silver did something like this? Because this isn't the first time. Silver has done very similar price action in the past. 26 months, silver went almost 1,000% in 1977 to 1980. Is that right? And then what? Spent 20-something years, 11,000, 12,000 days underneath that all-time high. Did the same thing again, 3,000 or 5,300 days. I don't know if it'll ever trade below 50 again, but it's a pretty good bet that when this rally is over, it will end suddenly. It will snap back to reality just like it did here in the 80s. Dude, how is my watch still giving me alerts? Holy fuck. Like, what the hell? How is this possible? I fucking muted everything 100 times. How is this happening? I have it on do not disturb mode on both my watch and my phone. I'm going crazy. What's happening here? They're just getting airplane mode. They're both getting airplane mode. Holy shit. My Apple devices are trolling me today. Holy hell. Where was I? Up here. Silver snapped back both times. Yep. We know this lesson. Being in crypto, we have seen this price action. Most people who trade, who have not traded crypto, aren't really familiar with this, right? They're not familiar with the like massive euphoric parabolic stages, how they feel and what happens afterwards. This hasn't happened in silver since 2011, which means 15 years. Only the oldest heads have traded that and are still around today. 1980, we're talking about 45 years ago, virtually no one trading has seen these moves in silver. We have seen them over and over and over again in crypto, and so I think that gives us a unique advantage for trading these. We know how these things go. When they pump, and once that pump is done, they go back very quickly and leave bag holders. So that's really the, I don't know, big roundabout way of what I'm saying today is taking profit today, taking some profits today, I think is the smart move. Does not mean like you have to be completely out of your position. It's the same thing I say when we're trading Bitcoin, never all in and never all out, but locking in something, maybe 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, something is going to insulate you from the reality of what happens every time assets do this, right? You think, oh, I'll get out. If this happens, I'll get out. You won't. You won't get out. Price will snap down. You'll be underwater and you'll say, no, it'll bounce back. I don't want to lock this in. Like it'll come back. I'll get back out at break even. It'll get close. And before you know it, it's down here. You're selling right before the bounce. Maybe you're buying back in, selling. Like we have seen this over and over again. And just taking something off the table, just making a plan, whether that's at 100, 122, whatever, making a plan to take profits is the most intelligent thing you can do in trading. And it's probably the most slept on, right? People do not tend to do this. They think that they'll get out in real time when the time is right and they'll feel it. And I'll tell you, man, I don't know if that's ever worked for anybody. Make a plan. It doesn't have to be my plan. It doesn't have to line up with these numbers. Do whatever you want, but make a plan. The most successful people I've ever seen in trading are amazing at making plans and then following through with them. And they aren't even the best plans. Usually they're not like, I don't know. They're not nailing tops. They're just making a plan and sticking to it. And that's why they've been successful. All right. Now that my phone is likely done trolling me, we'll see. If I get notifications now, my phone is officially haunted because it is on airplane mode. If every trader made a plan, then how can we make money off them? That's the thing. We probably couldn't. Thankfully, virtually no traders make plans, so we're safe for now. We're safe today. CPU RAM looking like silver chart. Dude, computer hardware parts are the next moon. I mean, they're already mooning now, but I don't think they're going to stop mooning. 40% of it goes taxes. What are you paying? What are you paying these taxes for? You're all in. What's up, Craig? all in and ADA at 58 cents. Man, that's rough, brother. I see you have asked about ADA before. My guy, you've been here. Would I recommend just taking my money back in hopes to get back down there? Down bad, bro. I wish I had the perfect answer for you, right? I wish I did. I think a lot of people in crypto are in this position. I know I'm in it with some of my bags. I don't know why I'm saying some of my bags. My brain is still like back in the bull market a little bit. It's like, oh, some of my bags are down, but like, you know, not all of them. My bags are pretty wrecked too. I wish I had the perfect answer. Right. I know that it feels extra bad right now watching something like silver and gold run, and even the stock market, you know, at least it's moving up. I don't know, it's not making crazy gains, but at least it's moving up. I know it's really hard to sit here and watch our bags underperform, not meet expectations all last year, maybe even over the last 4 years. It feels doubly bad at this moment. I do not have a great answer for you. I don't. It's going to come down to, you know, everyone's position, what you know, how you need that money. Is it critical to your everyday life? What you need to do. No matter what you do, I can say this confidently. Whether you decide you want to sell your bag, move somewhere else, I don't know where you rotate to, whatever you do, consider breaking that thought up. So instead of, I don't know, if you decide to sell 88, like, sure, I would never advise someone to be all out or all in on a position. I know that doesn't help you now that you're all in, but consider doing it in pieces. Maybe you, instead of everything, you sell half or a quarter or just something. Because if you end up ditching this position down huge and you see it start to move up, right, you're going to be miserable. Your mental health will decline. Even if it moves back up to like 50 cents, you're going to hate yourself. And what that is going to drive you to do is to make another bad decision. You sell it all, you see it move to like 50 cents, you buy back in at 50 cents, that goes back down, and now you're doubly down in this position. My best advice is to make a plan. You got to come up with that plan, but make a plan, follow through with it, and have that plan not involve all ins and all outs. Being all in is what got you into this position. That is impossible to give you the perfect answer for. So you gotta chalk that up. You gotta hold on to that thought into the future for what comes next. There's no great answer. There's no great answer, unfortunately. I bought this mug. You guys can't even see it. It just looks like gibberish. You can't even like see it on here. Unfortunate. When I finish this, I'll show you. I'll show you the magic of that cup. Oh my Lord. Weird day. I woke up feeling weird. I'm like running into shit. Oh man. We went over silver. That took forever. Silver trading at 101. We're going to look at gold and Bitcoin and all of the goodies, all of the Bitcoin pairs. Ugh. We're just getting started. If you could hit the like button, subscribe. I know it's weird times for crypto, but let's keep it going. I appreciate you guys being here, even when it's not so spicy. We're just gonna have to cover other stuff more, I guess. We're all in it together, my friends. That's for sure. If you could, really quick, make sure you've engaged with the live stream, vote in the poll, share the stream out, subscribe, like, enable notifications, etc. What am I drinking? This is coffee. Coffee. Any of you assholes want to answer my ducking question? What was your question, bro? What's going on? What's wrong? What is the survey asking for? Asking you what? That's it. You even said you voted no for the top. There you go. Is the top in? If you answer yes, that means you think the top's in. If you answer no, that means you don't think the top's in. IDK, if you just don't want to answer yes or no, or you don't know. There you go. I guess that was confusing. Good man. Thank you, Paul. What are we arguing about? You don't even answer. Why would you vote? What? Are you okay, brother? You all right, man? What's going on with you? I know it's a rough day. I've been talking for almost 40 minutes now about what I think. We literally was going over silver for like 20 minutes as to what we're looking, or what I'm looking at. Not sure what you want. I don't know. Didn't answer the poll. It's just a poll. You just click it. You don't have to. You don't have to do it, man. No one will be mad. What's up, Graynor? Can we look at DVLT? Maybe. We got other stuff to go. We got other stuff to go through first. Damn. Gold. Damn gold. Let me see. Clip that. We have a great clip. Great gold clip. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. It's kind of crazy that sailors still buying billions of dollars of Bitcoin. I mean, I like it. Good crazy, but like kind of crazy. Still buying it and it's just not doing anything. What are markets? Like really, what are markets? They don't make any sense. Give me a sec. I'm really hoping to find this clip. We have an awesome clip of us talking about gold forever ago. Here's a good one. This isn't even it. This isn't even it. Oh well. 2600 this week. After a 10-year chilling, gold finally waking up. Gold remained sideways through all that inflation, ranging just at its all-time highs, down to 1700, 2400. You would have expected this to double just based on everything. I think gold, whether it's this year or next year, I think gold's gonna have just a face melting rally. Honestly, I could see gold trading to 2600 this week. After a 10-year. This week. When was this even published? That isn't even the clip I was looking for, but it's a clip. I don't even care. It was at 2400. That's all you need to know. We have a clip somewhere saying that gold, it was like in late 24, saying gold's going to go parabolic. That's crazy. We'll figure those clips out later. We have been watching gold on this channel and calling for 5,000 forever. Today's almost like a little victory lap of things. It's like, it's funny because when you have those days, you have to expect people will come in and say, yeah, but now what? Like, what are you doing for me today? It's like, bro, this is like a year-long culmination of calls coming true. And what do you mean? What do we do now? Like, we just got here. Gold not quite at 5,000, at least on spot. My lord. But absolutely there. 4,988. A lot of you were here for all those calls. Measure move. 5,000 really just being the psychological level. Similar to silver's 100. Measured move target was 4,939, so we're actually past that. There has to be a bigger 10,000. Damn, gold's like out of extensions. Holy shit. Maybe we can add the 3 here, but I feel like at that point you're just kind of grasping at straws, right? Typically I don't add the 3. I think it's just like looking for an answer. 10,000. What am I missing here? Why are these extensions so... They're not even so small. It's just gold has gone so hard. Crazy hard. I don't even know, man. Gold at 5,000 is like everything. Where did this one come from? We have one here. From these dailies, I don't even know. Usually this doesn't happen. We don't typically get to a point in an asset where it's like you're out of highs and lows to pull from. Like this is the most recent one. Gold's rally has been absolutely crazy. Completely insane. Crypto Mom. What's up, Crypto Mom? I don't know enough Crypto Moms. It's good. Then why don't I have gold and silver? Why don't I have everything that's rallied? I mean, I have gold 20x long open that you guys saw me take some profit on today. That's not doing too shabby. It's not too bad. I don't know. Not too upset about it. Opened it live for you guys. Just took profit on live for you guys. I don't know. What do you want from me? It's a weird energy day. Alternative to silver and solar panels. That's cool. We should probably get away as much as we can using precious metals in industry. Like using gold and silver as a store of value and for manufacturing is bad. It's not good for its store of value concept. That is something that I've actually praised about Bitcoin largely, is when you give something an industrial use or like a literal use, you in many ways, I don't say put a limit on its value, but you cap it. Like you put downside pressure on its value due to just that literal use. Bitcoin doesn't have that. All we need is Bitcoin to catch up with gold. Exactly. Please. Well, really what's happening is gold's catching up with Bitcoin. After all this time, gold's finally closing the gap. It's easy to look at it the other way right now because gold is so up. But gold is only so up in what, a few year time frame. I'm not saying it hasn't done anything. That's not where I'm at. Where did this go? Here we are. That's not where I'm at. But in a big picture, in like the actual picture, right? Gold is just catching up. Like Bitcoin is still up bajillions of percent since its inception. Bajillions. Even from, I don't know, 2013, right? It's up 2,000%. From its low in 13, it's up 15,000%. Technically, it's still up even from 2017's high. From the all-time high 2017, only up 15%. From the low in 2018, it's up 600%. So gold is largely catching up with Bitcoin in this sense, not really Bitcoin catching up with gold. This does not look great. What if it came all the way down here? What if gold doubled? My lord. What if gold doubled and Bitcoin sat here? It double bottomed out against the last bear market. Like we saw a little double bottom out here. That would be bonkers. This chart, though, is absolutely brutal Bitcoin versus gold is a brutal chart right now. Dumping yet again. I'll turn on music. Hold up. We're 45 minutes in. It's music time. Was that log or regular? I'm pretty sure it was on the gold chart was on log. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's on log. Those extensions, I can see why you ask though, because these extensions don't feel right. These are huge. I think really what it is these are such huge extensions. To see them hit with no pullback like this is very unusual. Very unusual, and can definitely be a little signal of exhaustion. Maybe I didn't say enough about gold before moving on. I'll reiterate the same things I said about silver. But you're never going to know the exact top of anything, period. You can sit and wait and think you're going to get it, but you're not going to get it. It just doesn't happen. When things are in price discovery to the upside, I feel like they basically just go up until there are like no sellers left, and then they go down. I don't know. They're very counterintuitive. We'll never catch the exact tops, and when we do, it's just complete luck. But what we can do is we can narrow down the amount, the sheer quantity of potential outcomes, and we can make a plan around it. We've been looking for 5,000. 5,000 is a beautiful number to look to take some profit at. I closed some of my position today. I really should have just closed all of it. I don't know. Maybe I will. It may not be the exact top, but if you make a plan centered around picking places to take profit, layering out positions, you are making it impossible to ride all your gains back down to zero. You are taking risk off, making the trade easier, less mentally taxing to hold. And so in that sense, is the exact top in? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But what I do know is that we have waited for 5,000 for 100% move, 100% gain. And if you had gotten in at 25, whatever, 100, and you rode it all the way to 5,000, it's time to lock something in. If you've locked in no profits along the way, that's okay. But it's time to take something off the table. You don't have to take all of it off. In fact, I would say that's probably not the best move. It doesn't have to be 50% like I did with this position. Though, I don't know, if you're on 20x like this is, you'd probably consider closing it. But a spot position, if you've taken no profits, now's the time. That is what these targets really tell us. They don't tell us the exact top, but they say, if you haven't taken any profits, now's the time. A reason we'll never know when the top is in is largely because I believe it's unknowable, but also because analysis is just not going to help us that much. Gold is at an all-time high against the dollar on the week, and every high since October, we have seen bearish divergence. We've had higher highs in price, lower highs on RSI. You're likely going to see that on every indicator, not just RSI. Pull over market cipher B. Likely going to see that on anything. Money flowed, still beasting. Momentum still beasting. View up, highs coming down. This still looks so strong. You're likely going to see that on any oscillator, and it's just not a great indicator of when the high's in. The sad reality is indicators are just not very good. And when I say not very good, maybe I should say pretty worthless at calling macro tops. At macro tops, you typically see very bullish signals, counterintuitive to what actually happens. The tools we can use become very limited and much more kind of objective, right? Just psychological numbers tend to be great targets. Fibonacci extensions tend to be great targets. And outside of that, we don't really have anything. I don't know if you guys can name something that is a good indicator at these kind of, I don't know, in this kind of market condition. Anybody? There's just nothing. So that's what we do. You're likely going to see on almost every time frame bearish divergence on highs. Not on monthly. Wow, not on the monthly for gold though. That's pretty bonkers. 94, 95. It's crazy overbought. Gold hasn't been this overbought on a monthly time frame since May of, wow, since this chart began, May of 1968. And that's just like bad data. So that RSI is bad data also. When it went from 35 to 40, sure, like in a month. But that is not going to be a helpful indicator, right? We can say, oh, RSI was overbought. Well, it's been overbought. It's just stayed there for how many months? Since April of 24. It's pulled back, continued higher. That's it. We don't have much. We don't have much to go on. I actually lost my train of thought there. If we want to extrapolate past 5,000, I think I can't really find any fibs. Maybe I'll do more homework and try to find something I'm missing. I don't think I am, though. Outside of that, 10,000, say double it, right? Double it, give it to the next person. What we can do is look at pairs, gold, silver, gold, platinum. We can look at these different pairs and try to figure out, try to like divine out of the cards where we might see these pairs return to and extrapolate out percent moves that might add up, right? This is gold versus silver. Why is this happening? Okay. But outside of that, we're out of tools. We're out of tricks for the bag. Here we go. We can look at Bitcoin versus gold and say, at minimum, probably about 11% more. Looking for gold to pick up about 11% on Bitcoin, just back to macro resistance to be tested as support. Silver versus Bitcoin's already like down here, like 11 to 25%. That has fallen even significantly in the last day, hasn't it? Maybe not the last day. Weird. How is it green? How is Bitcoin up against gold today? I guess we have a green day. 1%. What's gold at? What the hell? .6%. All right, doesn't lie. For a second, I thought the data was wrong. Gold's only up 0.6%. Bitcoin's up 1%. Woo, woo, and that's why we have a little green candle here. %10 on the week. Holy hell. Okay. All the way back to the bear market bottom, 50%. It'd be like gold doubling. Jesus, it'd be like gold at 10K. Bitcoin at 90. Ugh. What about the pecans, Craig? We need more pecans. We need the pecans. That's really the answer. Speaking of pecans and not related at all, are you guys following the storm coming? Ryan Hall, y'all. I've been following Ryan Hall, y'all. This guy. I am in the wrong business. All right. I'm in the wrong business. This guy published a video about weather. And I mean, I follow him. It's great. It's great stuff. 59 minutes ago, and he has 250,000 views on it. This guy has been absolutely just the numbers are insane on these. Look at this shit. 2.8 million views 17 hours ago. It's probably like one of the most viewed videos on YouTube in the last 17 hours. 1.7, 2, 1.3, 1.3. Like, holy. And I know it's probably much higher views than usual right now with this storm. But like, absolutely insane. It's absolutely bonkers. I'm in the wrong biz. Music. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Not feeling that. But this storm, who's getting snow? I'm not sure how much we're getting, but we're supposed to get like 20 inches or more. 20 plus inches on Sunday. I was going to go on a little trip this weekend, and now I'm not going on that trip this weekend. I'm going to wait it out. Where's my little playlist I was playing? Wow. I didn't realize how many songs I played over the last like 2 weeks. Okay, EDM Mix 2026. Let's go. 2 days ago, 1 month ago. Try this guy. This guy usually has good mixes. All right. He's getting snow. There we go. What's up, Dusty and Hammered? Let's go. Are his predictions on point with weather? I don't know, Seabass. I imagine, I've been thinking about this, right? It's like, maybe I should get into weather because for the views. No, because I don't know, it's a lot like markets, right? You get data and you go off that data. And there's never a perfect answer. There's no guarantee. Weather is so random. What's up, Steve? What's up, Optical Art? Full of crap? Are you full of crap? Why are you full of crap? What's up, bro? Good to see you. Like, I don't know. You just never can be sure. You can just give out like a probability. Is he really good at it? I don't know. I actually have no idea. I have no idea what his history is. But I do know that I don't interpret the weather data. I don't look at it. I don't know what it is. And he's doing that. So much like people who tune in for technical analysis, right? It's like you just tune in. Hammered with snow and ice? Not yet. Southerners. Well, so here's the thing, guys. We can all, up here in the northern parts, above the wall, us frost people, we can make fun of the Southerners for like being afraid of a little snow. But the reality is that they're actually much more at risk, even with very little amounts of snow. So before we like totally harp on them, like we get to like laugh and, you know, make little jokes. But before we really harp on them, we need to consider that their infrastructure is not set up for snow. Like it snows, we're up here, we're ready, man. We got trucks on trucks on trucks. We have huge reserves of salt. Just like even the way we set things up is designed for this. Our houses are insulated for it. Our grid, our electrical grid, our gas grid, all these things are set up for this weather. In the South, especially when you get into like parts of Texas, parts of Florida, like areas that have like historically not had snow, their houses aren't set up that way. The people don't have the supplies for it. They don't have, you know, winter boots. They don't have snow jackets. They don't have snow pants. They probably don't own gloves. Like they don't have a lot of the things that we kind of take for granted that protects us from these weather events. So they are, even when there's only small amounts of snow, they are much more at risk. Like we might make fun of them, but like in reality, it can be a big deal. So we have to remember that when we make fun of them. We still get to make fun of them, of course. Yep, thank you, Paul. Paul even said that. They have lack of infrastructure. They don't have the plows. Dude, they don't have the salt. Their houses aren't insulated like us. Their heaters are maybe not set up the same, like, you know, they're not set up to deal with cold like this. There are so many reasons that they actually are at risk. I will say, man, I don't know the last time we got big snow. The last decade here, at least, our winters have been like real mild, warm, and then maybe we get snow in February. This is the first winter that we saw snow before Christmas. That was like real snow. It's hella cold. It's like single digits now. Tom, deepfake Trump's face on Rambo trilogy is what? Joshua Sierra, your comments are cracking me up, dude. Tom, did you know that the Earth is closer to the sun? When we have winters. When the Earth is farthest from the sun, we have summers. What? To my knowledge, without Googling it. Summers and winters have to do with obliquity, right? Obliquity. It's like the Earth is at an angle. It's not like if this is North and South Pole. Like Sun and Earth are not like this. It's like this. The Earth is tilted. And so as it goes around, the tilt, you're either tilted away, or when you're on this side, you're tilted towards. That's what makes the poles, or that's what makes like northern and southern hemisphere have summer and winter, right? That's my memory. Something like that. I don't know if it's like distance from the sun. Because, well, actually, Josh, that has to be not true. It has to be not true because it is winter on the Earth at all times. It's just like it's either winter on the northern or southern hemisphere. Because like it's summer in the southern hemisphere right now. So you can't, I don't know. Science, I don't know. I heard Michigan's going to get hit hard. You're running 3 space heaters? Bro, be careful. Be careful with them space heaters, though. I don't know what kinds you have. I assume you're a cold human in Michigan, you know. We know the rules on heaters, but yeah, be careful. I have a few of them ready. But some of those, dude, some of those are dangerous. Polar vortex hitting tomorrow. Minus 30 degrees Celsius, Casper. Bruh. I mean, you guys are set up. You know what to do. Minus 45 in Minnesota with wind chill. Jesus. Jeez. Snow is easy to drive in. Snow is really not bad. If you have 4-wheel drive, snow is not a problem. It's the ice that's a problem. When you have an inch plus of like black ice, that's a problem. 4-wheel drive is not going to help you. Snow is easy though. You've never owned a snow tire? I haven't either though. You don't... I haven't either. Maybe I should. Half an inch, quarter inch to an inch of freezing rain. That is kind of catastrophic, Kipper. It's the ice and the freezing water. Snow is not the problem. You're from Rhode Island last year, north took you far to get home because nobody knew how to drive in ice. Of course they don't, dude. Of course they don't. Why? How would they? You know, we have to give them a little sympathy there. Anybody want to just fly to Cancun? Should we all just book tickets right now? We'll end this live. We'll just book it. We'll go somewhere for like a week. Seabass, you nominate me to do the weather. All right, that's it. I'm gonna be renamed to Tom Crown Weather, y'all, and I'm gonna copy that guy's name. Ha ha ha. Make profit great again, Recto. Well, maybe not in crypto, but I hope so. 12 to 15 more. 20 million Bitcoin will be mined. Ooh, that's an interesting little factoid. I like it. If it snowed in Florida, there'd be no more Florida. No, it would be gone. Winter here in the U.S. Earth is closer to the sun. The angle the sun hits the Earth. Summer on Mars is the same temperature as winter in the Antarctic. You guys are getting me all with the science today. I like that. Keep it up. 2026 needs science. All-weather tires. I've never owned a pair of all-weather tires. Honestly, when it just hasn't snowed that much in the north. In, I don't know, 2 decades maybe. It hasn't been necessary. And when it does have big snows, I just typically don't go out till it melts, or at least till the roads are cleared. I am privileged though in that sense because I live in the city, so the roads are cleared quick. At my old house and the farmhouse, man, I thank God it never snowed much there, else I would have been stuck inside forever. Those things would never get clear. God, Bitcoin versus gold. This chart looks exactly like others, so it's interesting to me. Exactly maybe is not quite the word, but damn close. Bitcoin gold, others. Bitcoin gold, others. Others just has not yet had the sell-off, it seems. It also, others didn't break all-time high. God, we're so cooked. Silver, March 2026. March prediction. March. Oh God. 122. Here's my March prediction. The human head weighs 8 pounds. Thank you, Dinkles. Cape Town? Is it warm in Cape Town? It snowed in Florida last year, says 𝐂𝐴𝐳. Steve was joking. Optical Art was joking. I was reading his comment. Play poker. Yeah, the Bitcoin conference this year is in April, I think, again in Vegas. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I've gone to all the other ones. Don't really love Vegas. I haven't really liked the Bitcoin conferences themselves have been really, like, I don't know, kind of less fun since 2021. Last year when I went, I don't even really think I went to the conference, like, at all. Ray, where am I from? The Northeast. I'm a Northeasterner, New Englander. Huge snowstorm in Toronto. Well, I think it's like the whole U.S. Well, no, not the whole U.S. Where's Ryan Hall? Where is he? Ryan Hall. I need your weather updates, Ryan Hall. I wish I could just play his video. I probably can, but I'm not going to. It's not worth it. History. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. This is what I was looking at. Ryan Hall. It looks like virtually everywhere from what, like, Georgia up is gonna get schmuzzered. Like Oklahoma City 9.2 inches, Columbus 10 inches, New York 13 or 18 inches, Philadelphia 18 inches, Washington 15 inches. This is the area though that's always really hard to predict weather for, like New York, Philadelphia, DC, because you have, it's like the ocean here. I should be a weather guy. The ocean here has like huge impacts on precipitation and also temperature, and so it's really difficult to like predictably get the weather right in those areas. But look, all the way up to Maine. Pretty crazy. This is a huge storm. I think it's a large, it's like a large humidity front from the south came in, and then a really high pressure cold zone came down from the north, like a polar vortex, like you guys were saying. And those combining is creating a hell of a storm. Silver, you're bonkers, bro. Bitcoin versus silver. I haven't talked. I just like got lost in the sauce talking to you guys. Studded snows. I have not, dude. I've never had that much issue. We just haven't had bad winters. Moved to the West Coast, yes. We haven't had a storm like this since 94, 96. I think in 96 is what is. 96 was the blizzard, right? I keep asking you guys. I think it's 96. So 20 years exactly. Spicy. Everything is in cycles, man. The whole universe is in cycles. Could be a weather guy. Zigzag, my guy. Predicting the weather. I'm predicting some cloudy, some puffy clouds outside your house today. Real high. Getting real high out there in the clouds. You know, puffy. This chart, Bitcoin versus silver. This chart is the only chart right now that makes me wonder if maybe Bitcoin is about to bounce and maybe silver is about to retrace. Silver did hit 100, our target. Bitcoin, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say Bitcoin's looking good in any way, really, but crazier things have happened. Bitcoin versus silver is a very interesting chart. We noted this on Wednesday when we looked at it. A potential channel here. Either way, there's a trend line here, but a potential channel. And more importantly, silver against Bitcoin has already broken through June and July's high. It already broke through this, which is crazy. Oh, this is this mix is like right out of Grizz. Side quest. Looking over at gold, so just to compare, bring this back because it's been a bit. Gold's still above June's high against Bitcoin. We noted how silver was farther ahead. and likely more bullish in that sense. It's already broken through there, which is kind of bonkers. Silver today at 100. This is kind of the interesting part. God, getting this higher res screen is throwing me off. Virtually at the trend line. Does it bounce here? This is the question. If silver reverses at 100 and or Bitcoin just gets a nice little bumpy, at least back to 1,000. Hopium at the greatest caliber. I guess the thing I'm looking at here is if it doesn't bounce, and I think the probability of it bouncing is pretty good. It can trade lower in this week, close up and bounce in the next week. But if it doesn't, or even if it does and it rejects, where does this go? Back to the bear market low? December of 22? Did set a higher high. But where do we go? This is it. It's like immediately looking for 20-30% extra downside. 21%. This is wigging me out. This is taking, I don't know if 𝐒𝐻 took this track here from somewhere, but this is exactly in the 𝐒𝐻 side quest volume 1 I keep playing for you guys. It's throwing me through a loop because my brain is like telling me I'm listening to 𝐒𝐻. On the monthly, you can see it. Like, this is it. Look at this crazy move, guys. Look at these months. These months of red. This is crazy inefficient price action. It is as inefficient as back here in the bull run. 2020, 2021, these green candles. This is the exact thing to the downside. When we see this inefficiency, the market typically looks to fill it in. There's our hopium. Silver on the month. RSI has been in a downtrend, hitting lower lows and lower highs, and each time hitting a lower low, we have seen this pair bottom out. It has been at the bottom of each bear market. Pretty crazy. So whenever this does snap, and when you're on these high time frames, it seems like just impossible to imagine that isn't soon. When this snaps, likely that will be the end. That will be the bottom. And we will see a pretty fierce retracement through this. What's up, Wheel Hamden? What's up, man? Subscribing. Tim's. It's a good name. Bitcoin priced in hummus? I mean, hummus is priceless. Bitcoin oil pretty flat. We could look at that. Bitcoin oil will be interesting. Bitcoin gonna get body slammed? Well, so the thing about these charts, this Bitcoin to silver is, even if we expect this to move up, right? We think Bitcoin will gain against silver or gold or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean Bitcoin has to go up in value at all. Bitcoin could continue dumping. It could go lower, and in that scenario, we can still have this happen. It's the tricky thing about these pairs. Bitcoin dumped, silver shot up. Yeah, dude, look at this inefficiency, though. You know this gets filled in. It eventually gets filled in. It's going to be interesting. You don't understand how legendary optical art is? Love optical art, man. Good dude. Good dude. Personal friend. We haven't chatted in a while, brother. We should probably do that. We should catch up. I don't know. I can't imagine this chart not bouncing at least a little bit. Like, not saying this, but like even just like a failed high, you know? Like something. This is so inefficient. I've only ever seen this in like crazy bull runs that typically end the same way with a parabolic euphoric move. Been following Ryan Hall for years. He's always spot on. There you go, Spoon. I've been following him for I don't know how long. Obviously, I just started like watching his content more like during the storm. So I don't know how spot on he is, but yeah, he seems good. Seems good at what he does. Clearly, the judge of YouTube has given him a favorable rating. A lower high would make sense. That's where I'm at. This is just so inefficient. It's really unusual to see charts move this way. Guess I'll get rid of this. Do versus oil. Bitcoin versus platinum. Here we go. Bitcoin versus platinum has actually done something since the last time we looked at it. That's pretty cool. Breaking through that July-June high. Not finding support there, unfortunately. We were looking for this to trade lower. Silver broke through it. We're like, man, platinum probably will too. Damn. I think this is it. This is probably the play. Still, it's exactly what we talked about. No news there. Bitcoin versus platinum at all-time lows on RSI. That's kind of spicy. Hella spicy. On the week. Don't you put that in the universe. Oh, I'm putting it out there, bro. I'm putting it all the way out there. On the month. Jeez. What a weird world, man. Never in my wildest dreams, back in 21, would I have believed that this year's of price action would have happened. Never would have believed it. Let's do verse what? Oil, wit, crude. Wait, what? No. Do wit. What do you think? What's the ticker for oil? Wit? Not crypto. Easy markets oil. This is like the only one that hasn't broken down yet. Hasn't broken down. It also looks like Cancer, but that's okay. ADA BTC. Let's finish this though. What about Bitcoin cardboard? I mean, that's where we're at now. That's the reality. Our reality is Bitcoin cardboard is our next pair. Okay, we're having a Ryan Hall simp fest over here. We all love Ryan Hall. He's the man. Can touch 98K one more time. I still think we're going higher than that on Bitcoin. I think we're breaking 100K. Nothing has changed. That's the thing. It's like there's been no changes. Nothing has fundamentally changed about the Bitcoin chart. You can make arguments that things have changed on the macro, environmental, fiscal, whatever. But the argument that the chart of Bitcoin itself has changed is weak. I'm not saying it looks great, but nothing has happened. Like realistically, nothing. We hit our low in November and we've just been grinding. If anything, I think you can make the arguments that nice, silver hitting new all-time highs right now. You can make the arguments that these pairs against Bitcoin, like platinum, gold, silver, lean towards reversal of these pairs. Not necessarily macro reversal, but at least short-term reversal. Meaning their highs might be coming in, even if they're going to move higher into the whatever, into the year. I think they're decent arguments there. God, this chart looks like Bitcoin. Sheesh. That looks so shitty. So what does that mean? Does that mean oil's about to go up, or does that mean Bitcoin's about to go down? Well, yeah. We will own nothing and be happy. Never truer words. It's interesting because oil is definitely what the U.S. wants to keep down, to keep inflation under control. If oil breaks all-time highs, inflation's just gonna be impossible to hide. All right, I mean, let's go. Oil is down big. I don't follow it that closely. It's a good question. You would have to imagine oil is down, you know, is down as much as Bitcoin. What does it take? Oil? Easy markets oil, USD. If it hasn't really lost its value against Bitcoin, let's see. Is it down? Looks like it's been coming down since March of 22. I would say oil is not really down. In a particular way, it's at trend. This looks like it probably wants to break down though. Multiple tests of support here. You're starting to like build an uptrend, but that uptrend can take you, you know, to a lower high. Retest support. Oil does look like it wants to go lower, but it hasn't. I know what you mean. I kind of get what you're like thinking, because I know gas at the gas pump oil has been down, but no, I mean not meaningfully, right? 54, 61, and this is just the trend it's been in since 22. Low oil, yeah, absolutely hides inflation. That's why I said the U.S. is going to do what they can to keep oil down. Energy is like the most important factor in inflation. I'll stick with that. I agree, Paul. I agree. When you said that, I was like, yeah, let me check. Song doesn't match the charts now. And this mix is all right. There's something I wasn't vibing with about this mix. I like this guy's mix. We've listened to this before. You know what? No. No. We're just gonna grizz it. I want womps. I want wubs. Here we go.
Sometimes the most interesting journeys are a side quest.
Whoa. What just happened? Hold up. I have no idea what just happened. I clicked on something. Let's hope everything's back. Okay, good. Holy shit, that scared me. I don't know what I clicked, and all of a sudden we were in the void. We're good. What other trades and shit do I have open? Nothing. Same longs and shorts, dude. Like my trades are just unchanged. Took a little profit on gold. That was it. When in doubt, Grizz it out. Exactly. God, I want to see Grizz live. I don't know, brothers. I don't know. Dude, this silver chart's so silly. This is on the normal scale. Log scale, it looks less silly. On regular, it's just absurd. Yep. Close without saving. Silver climbing. We haven't had a fill on silver since 54. No fill since 54. This is why profit taking is the direction. We should just be. We're a silver channel now. All silver all the time. All silver all the time. You've seen that? It's just the Guy Fawkes mask, my friend. Not a hacker collective. I mean, Anonymous uses that mask, but yeah, it's just a Guy Fawkes mask. Someone made us those awesome animations like 5+ years ago. Need to make this a little less. Silver's still going, boys. Hold up. Give me 2 seconds. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're not done. All right. Damn. I leave for a minute. Everybody leaves. Jeez. It's all good. It is Friday. Nature might have called. Silver calls. All silver all the time. We're now a silver channel. God. What times? What times do we live in? What else should we look at other than just silver? It's all ADA, BTC. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have much better things to say. Oh God. I don't know. That's not good. That's not great, my friends. ADA, BTC, just getting hammered, dude. A little bull div on your low for the day. No bull, maybe bull div on the week. Slightly, yeah, you got some on the week. Still trapped in this downtrend though. You've already broken the low. This is not a good chart. EDA BTC really does not look much better. Broke lower on Sunday. Here you move back to your trend line. Unfortunately, there's just nothing super bully here for me. You're just in this downtrend. The wick's good. I mean, buyers came in. You need to move. You need to break a high. You need to break a high and hold a low, and to begin any kind of uptrend. If I was in a trade here, I think pretty easily could look for a stop loss at our low, even lower low, but at our low and aim higher. I don't have anything great to say about it. That could unfortunately mirror the USD pair. USD pair not looking so hot either. Still looking for 48 cents though. Money flow. Actually, the USD pair looks better than the BTC pair. Money flow trickling off. RSI coming up. God, Bitcoin, you just don't look good. You had like 5 seconds of excitement today. Like right before we went live, this was a great little run. Instant poop. Let's take a look. How's it did this week? We haven't even looked at Bitcoin today. How did this week of price action go? Opened at 93. We traded down Monday, Tuesday, and we have traded sideways below our ascending trend, now acting as resistance. Not a great week. Pretty crazy that we've been right here doing nothing. Like, we set the low in November, on November 21st. 63 days ago, we set the low. And since then, we've done virtually nothing. Virtually. We've traded almost the entirety of it between 94.6 and 84, 85. Meanwhile, other charts blasting. I think dominance is signaling that this will end soon, though. Yeah, I'll keep that on there. Ron, XRP Army, good luck, my friend. We're all in this together. What's rarer than gold and silver? Ron reporting in, I like that. If banks have a crisis, you'll have no money except gold and silver. Well, remember what happened? What happened in 1939 or Bretton Woods? Remember what happened to the gold holders back then? The government said it's not your gold anymore. Not that I think gold, silver are bad. I think they're... I mean, I've said that forever. I think they're all part of a healthy portfolio. Gold is surging. Gold hasn't moved yet. Has not moved during the live stream. Right before we went live, it was almost at 5,000. What's up, Crypto Creamy? What's up, Quinn? I would like to rip Zabong as well, but I gotta wait till we're done. What's up, Dread Nautis? How are you doing, bro? Good to see you. Mike's Minded Matter, Mr. Brad. Who else is here? Quinn, Ron, Smiley. Until loons become lions, quite a name. Platinum. Platinum is looking to go back, what? Two parity, I think was my call against gold. Double against gold. Platinum was one of the coolest calls. Thanks for reminding me. Hells yeah. Not looking too bad here, huh? Platinum going to parity with gold, I think. Why is that not working? Oh. I'm having trouble. Why is this so difficult? There we go. How are we doing? Platinum, all-time high call, done. All-time high done, breaking out in price discovery right now. Send it to 5,000. I mean, done. Wow. All of our monies, all of our gains is going to all of these metals. It's actually crazy what's happening right now. Never seen anything like it. All the thunder, Nicholas. Platinum versus gold. We charted this out, I don't know, a few weeks ago. Few. Broke out. That's why I'm saying these pairs are valuable. I mean, we'll see if we get a rest stop at 0.75, 0.73, 0.75. But two parity with gold, I think is coming. Maybe that's the rotation. Maybe it's like out of silver, gold into platinum. If I buy platinum, you will? I don't know. I don't even know like how to buy spot metals. When I buy gold, I just buy Pax G. I've never owned, I don't think I've ever owned metal, like real metal. Maybe it's time. Although I say that and they're all at all-time highs basically. Probably was the time. Dude, platinum's killing it. Who the fuck is Grizz? Jesus. What is there even to do? Like, these things are bonkers. Does Pax G have a platinum? That's a missed opportunity if not. Coinbase has plat? Let me see. When I type in plat, do I get nothing? Okay, I don't know. You're about to get into metals and then you found crypto. I'm so sorry, brother. I agree. I agree, Floofy. And I think it is. I think it is euphoria and metals. No, I don't want to fucking log in. I just want to see this. Do it later. Does Coinbase have a platinum? No. And if they, I mean, if they do, I can't buy it there. God. It really is like the bull market. It really is like the bull market for crypto in that we didn't get in 2025. It's like every single thing in this category is running. Uranium. Uranium was a great call. Uranium. Belastin. Looking for 7,700, 8,700. Community, the crypto community is depressed. You can feel it. Yeah, dude. I mean, for sure. For sure. Sentiment, I don't know if sentiment's ever been so low in crypto. It is rough to watch these like safer assets just run. Like run. It's like they're making fun of us, like mocking us. Because it's running in the way that like Bitcoin and crypto did in all the other cycles, where they broke all-time high and just kept going until they reached a euphoric top. We didn't get that. Now it feels like our run is over and they're doing what we didn't get. Yeah. I'm not depressed yet. I'm not depressed, but man, this does feel bad. It's wild. How do I buy platinum? Chad, how do I buy platinum? I'll buy some spot. I don't know about spot though. I don't want them to like ship that shit to me. I don't have like a setup for holding metals like that. Japan lost control of its bond market. Bitcoin's not money anymore, it's tech stock. I don't know. I think drawing conclusions off of just this like kind of weird. I think it's overreacting. I think it's an overreaction to make kind of blatant sweeping calls based on metals running. Dude, something very weird is happening in the world. Never seen metals run like this. Something weird's happening. It would not be surprising to see by the end of whatever weirdness is happening to watch all these metals run, hit tops, blow off tops, sell back down, and have Bitcoin and other things run. It would not be that crazy. This is gold and silver and uranium and copper and all these things at all-time high. Like is weird. It's a weird sign. So certainly not a very bullish sign on maybe economies going forward. I don't know, man. I've never seen anything like it. It almost certainly feels like pricing in something bad. Or loss of control over markets. Could be. Could be. I think not trusting the dollar is the play. How to buy plutonium? I don't know. How do you buy uranium? I don't want them to send me that spot. Platinum's going to 5K. Just send it. What an insane day for everyone but us. One gold app. Thank you, 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭 𝐲. Ben Cohn did a video on being careful thinking that rotation out of metals and into other assets will happen. Yeah. I don't know what assets I would go into right now. Certainly wouldn't want to sit in the dollar. Eventually metals rally will end. Can say that with pure confidence. Eventually. Will that be today? I don't know. Nobody knows. Probably not today, but my lord. And when that happens, they'll rotate. I think trying to time it is going to be the impossible part. Is gold's move from the bottom bigger than Bitcoin's this cycle? From the bottom of what? Like bottom, because like from October, absolutely. Do you mean bottom like 16 or 22, like the bottom bear market bottom here? That'd be a good question. 200%? No. 200% ish from October 22. 700, even from November's low, 400. No, Bitcoin was still the play from the bottom from 22. Platinum 200. Silver was probably closer. Silver would have won from 22. Oh my. Alright, boys and girls, it's coming up on 2 hours here. We've had some spice. It's Friday. We have a huge storm coming. Bitcoin selling off into the storm, of course. Rain or shine, Bitcoin sells off. We have some hopium from some of these pairs. Gold hitting 5,000, a long-awaited profit-taking target for us. Silver at 100, long-awaited profit-taking target for us. Platinum, I think, still zooming. Still zooming. Uranium, still zooming. Metals going crazy, but we have a crazier weekend ahead. Some of you gonna see some wild weather you're not prepared for. Please be prepared. Prepare now. Go out and get stuff if you need it. Take care of yourselves and your family. Some things are more important than watching charts. Join our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Make sure you're subscribed. Smash the like buttons. We have the FOMC on Wednesday. We're going to be live, baby. You're going to be here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to keep being live no matter what happens. Hopefully you'll be here too. Check out our exchange partners in the video description below. Have a good weekend. Something crazy.